Dear viewers, welcome to my presentation. Today I will discuss about the student face a problem in Canada and before coming to Canada actually, why their permit is refused. Today I will discuss about, and please listen to the end of the video, otherwise you will not understand clearly. In recent times, application for the Canada student permit has been increased because many Canadian institutions, colleges, universities provide world-class education. But some applications for study permit are refused by Canadian government, and the rate is 30% now, according to the Immigration Authority of Canada. If this situation happens in your case, so what will you do? You have two ways actually in this situation. First of all, appeal the refusal or reapply, whatever. And another way is the address the reasons for refusals. In these two ways you can solve this problem. Now I will discuss in details the reasons for the student permit refusal. First issue here I will discuss it is that you are unable to convince the visa officer that after your studies you will leave the country. Those who don't know, I just repeat that when you get a visa, student visa, it is not actually a permanent visa. It's temporary visa, and there is a expiration date here that you have to leave after certain time. That means when your study is done, you have to leave the country. So that is the temporary visa, that is student visa. So in the study permit application, you must declare to the visa officer that you will leave the country when it expires. Please note, this will not stop you from requesting to extend your study permit or requesting for a permanent residency. So that is very clear. Many students, when they are done with their study, they apply for the PR and they work for the work permit and so on. So that will not stop you from doing this. But when you do application, you have to clearly mention the date when you are leaving this country. That is the official document. So if you ignore it, you don't mention it, so then you will not get the approval. So you must mention when you are leaving. Though you will not leave, you can still after your completion of study, you can start for the PR or work, whatever. But in the letter, when you apply first for the student visa, you have to clearly mention which date are you leaving the country. So that is very clear. Visa officer, that is the government officer who deals your case, he or she should trust your ability to leave the country when you complete your study. That is number one issue. So you have to convince him or her. And also the issue arises when you don't mention the valid reasons for leaving. Let's discuss about it. So you only mention in the letter that you will leave when your study is done, but you didn't elaborately discuss it, and you didn't mention any reasons. So that's why you are not able to convince the visa officer. Your personal explanation, that is statement, is the only way here to fix this problem. To address this issue, however, you should carefully review the issue and rewrite your intention and mention the reasons to satisfy the officer. The reasons could be your family back home, your property and business over there. That means you have to write something else that for those reasons you will go back after your completion of the study. The most common reasons why the student permit is refused, that is letter of acceptance or LOA, is not from a designated learning institute or DLI. Has many educational institutions, but not all are the designated learning institutions that is listed in the Canadian website. So if you collect a letter of acceptance from an organization, from an institution which is not registered, which is not under DLA, then your student permit would not be accepted, it would be refused. So what you can do, you can again apply to a DLI and collect a new acceptance letter and send it to the visa officer. That is the way you can do it. Third case, why the student permit is not accepted, it is the reasoning behind your program of choice. About it. For example, you want to study accounting or business studies in a college in Canada, and you have a bachelor's degree in sociology, and also you have job experience of 3 years. But you did not explain the program choice in your letter, because maybe you have applied for nursing or another subject which is not related, and you did not explain why you are taking this different subject of your choice, or why, what you did in your back home. And additionally, the applicant's educational background and job experience don't seem to fit very well with the chosen program in Canada. So that is very clear. So you have to, in the letter, explain why you are taking different subject in Canada, why you want to change your career, why. So you have to mention some causes and what is your future. So you have to detail out it so that the officer is convinced. Issue I will talk here is lack of fund to cover the cost. Later, you need to show that you have enough funds to cover the cost of your travel to Canada, your tuition fee, and the living expenses of any family accompanying you while you are taking classes. So you have to clearly break down all the cost and your fund. So it doesn't mean that you need to spend all those money in Canada. You have to mention in the statement and clearly break down what will be the plane fare, what would be the tuition fees, and what will be the your food and living cost here in Canada. And also it varies from city to city in Canada. You have to check which city have which cost, for example the residence accommodation cost, food cost, like that. So you have to clearly mention all the cost and give the breakdown, and so that the officer is convinced through this. Very much for watching this video. If you have any question, please ask me, or if you have any comment, please leave here, and then I will answer to this question and also give the feedback. Thank you very much again for watching this video.